right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely afternoon in which the Most High, Ahia has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm just going to come with a little something that came to me, uh, say 5 minutes ago, something like that in between that time. I noticed a change within me, and it is very confusing because it's like I become numb to what I hear uh, and the things that I'm beholding. I become numb. Uh, Someone contacted me and they were telling me about some issues that were going on in the world. Um, and I went on to the website to see if I could find exactly what they were telling me. And I couldn't get to that website because I had to bypass all these other topics that was online on YouTube. So I'm like, wait a minute. This is just too much. I have become numb, almost fully numb toward the things that's going on in the world and what's actually happening. And do I really want to be that numb when it come down to my household and my sons or my daughter? No, because I wouldn't want it to happen to mine. I wouldn't want it to hit that close to home, nowhere near no one else's family, period. So I feel like I'm kind of getting to the point where I am numb. And if it had not been for the spirit of who Ahia is, I don't think, like I said, I would be able to stand. And his spirit, along with other gifts that he has placed within me to hold this old ugly flesh up. And I thank him for that because really, it's more than what your naked eyes can see. And that's why I say it's so important to really look for spirit and truth of the matter of any and everything. Because seeing things face value in the flesh and seeing all these things going on, it has no end to it. But when you wrap it in spirit and truth, the truth of the matter, it will let you know where it's at, where it started, where it's going to end. It'll give you that comfort you need in this flesh to be able to handle what you see with your naked eyes. Because in your spiritual eyes, you see it. To see it and be able to stand in your flesh, you would have to be, how would I say it, prepared in your spirit to be able to embrace it in your flesh to where you can still run your race. Um, so I kind of feel like I'm like numb to what is actually going on. You know, I sit back and I watch the things that's going on. Like I don't know if you all listened to my video yesterday. I explained to you all there is going to come a time. Now I ain't gonna say come a time in this day, that day. You're going to have different nations, let's say nationalities. They're going to be taking out their own people. Uh, just as we have, as the tribe of Judah, we've been doing it for a mighty long time. When you say that, Deborah, what do you mean? Well, when I go to Ezekiel chapter 36, this is what the Most High said to Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 18. Wherefore I poured my fierce upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it. What he's saying is the we were shedding blood on the land, the the promised land that he had given us. So Sister Deborah has, I guess this is where that numbness come when I hear about our people and the things that's going on. If you heard me a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, you were hearing me hooping and hollering. Look at our people. Look what we doing. Look what we doing. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Father, yeah, why they can't see? But now you don't hear me saying that anymore. I'm numb to it. I'm numb, y'all. It's because we've been doing it for so long to where Sister Deborah don't see any way out of anything changing. But I will say to you, like I told you yesterday, I think it was yesterday I did a video, or it was the day before. I think it was, maybe it was the day before, but I was telling you that it's going to be a time, now it's not going to be a time, in this day where we're at today, you're going to start seeing where they're going to bring up to the forefront them killing one another in great numbers. The things that they had hid for the world to see, now it's going to be branched out where everybody going to see it for what it is, okay? Just like I said, us as a people, tribe of Judah been killing each other since the beginning of time. I know they'll tell you one thing, but the truth be told, they've been doing it a long time. In Ezekiel, the father, y'all was telling Ezekiel, look, they were shedding blood on the promised land. Do y'all know what that promised land really was? You really don't understand how holy it really was. How prepared Ahia had prepared that place just for us. We were shedding blood. And I don't want you women to get caught up in it. They ain't have nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. But they were shedding blood. That means taking each other's lives. So today I got a call and he said, it's this white guy, he killed this 17-year-old black girl and he told me what the girl had done, not to the white guy, but the white guy just decided to pull a gun and kill this 17-year-old. I didn't find it, but I'm quite sure this happened without a doubt because this individual always calling me, giving me the news. I was numb to it. Next, that's just, and then I thought with the quicken, what if that was your child? Would you still be numb? Most likely, I probably wouldn't. Okay. First of all, my children, my sons, they wouldn't be out there with guns. Okay. Second of all, I have I have brought them up to care about others. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to see mine's daughter nor sons out there throwing water on anybody. Water, it should never cause you to lose your life because you douse water onto someone. But I'm trying to get the people I can't even say a mindset, in a spiritual setting of what is taking place amongst the tribe of Judah is off the chain. And it's off the chain because it was prophesied that we were going to lose this up here. And we have been in full denial of everything he said that we was going to experience outside of coming here on the slave boat. And because we denied that, coming over here, how we got over here and how we conducted ourselves before we got over here, we failed to accept that we are a ugly people. And we're going to remain an ugly people. This doesn't give anyone a just reason to take anyone's life, because I was telling the same person, people don't understand, when you take somebody's life, that's just it. They're not going to ever get up, get a glass of water, go to work, have children, raise children, go to the park. That's just it. You just end their whole breath. That's a powerful thing, y'all. That is a powerful thing. But we as a people, we don't have no problem popping our brothers and our sisters in their lives. This here, he said, was a 21-year-old heathen took this 17-year-old black girl's life. Okay, where do we draw the line? We got to go back to spirit and truth. What is the truth? And what is the spiritual part we're missing? And what is the truth of the whole matter? There we are some horrible people and we don't understand. We're receiving a judgment right here on the earth. And we're still worse than even what our forefathers. We're getting worse and worse and worse. And where do the worst come in? It comes in when we deny the end game of Deuteronomy. We deny Isaiah. We deny Jeremiah. We deny Ezekiel because they were speaking of this day, y'all. And we deny it all. We walk around here pride-minded, boast, lost in mind, lost in spirit, and thinking that all these things that's happening is just happening. And oh, they're the worst of the worst. No, 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 no. These are the days that was prophesied. And all of these days that was prophesied, it measured because of our actions. You see? So if you think for 1 minute that our actions is not being judged today because the actions are worse than yesterday, okay? You can't go anywhere and go doing anything of that nature. Now, this young man that took this life, if it wasn't going to be that girl's life, it was going to be someone else. He was just bound to use that gun that he had to take somebody's life. So happened that even when he took that life, that was the breath of life Yah was ushering back to himself that day, that hour, that moment, that second. And what was that young lady doing? She was disrespecting, dishonoring another individual in her last hour. You get what I'm saying, y'all? That's the difference. What are you going to be? Where are you going to be in that last hour of that breath of life that Yah has given you? Are you going to teach these people it's okay to go around here hating their women, teaching their sons to hate? You're going to teach them to hate and you ain't never done nothing for them. That's a sad thing. That's a powerful word to say, Deborah. Yes, it is, but it's the truth. It's the truth of the matter. You want to teach these men how to hate women. You want to teach them to be kings and leaders, and Yah didn't give them that authority to be kings and leaders in the land of captivity. You see? How you going to be kings and leaders? See, that y'all didn't know that, did you? You all didn't know when they was teaching y'all this Hebrew Israelite movement, oh, we kings and we leaders, we going to roar, we this and that. No, 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 no. Go to Genesis and over to Revelation. See what you should be in this day. It doesn't speak of you being anything outside of being in captivity, in slavery, in bondage. Because you're thinking that the Most High don't have the authority nor the right to keep you where he had prophesied you would be. And you have overlifted and overstepped your boundaries and created your own page to counteract everything that he said. Especially when you counteract Deuteronomy. You started your awakening and your newfound religion, the Hebrew Israelite movement, in Deuteronomy 28. And then you turn around and counteract it. You turn around and dissed it. I mean, you just destroyed it. You lied. You didn't close it up with the end game. So therefore, you didn't begin it with the care and the compassion and mercy that he had at the beginning. You took that part out. And you cut out the back, the end point, so the people would know the end game to why their people are gone up here. See, a lot of them, they so busy hooping and whining and crying. And, oh, they doing this to us. Whoa, they doing this. Whoa, look what they doing to us. Whoa, cry out, shout loud. Baby, sit down. Sit down. If you're not telling these people righteousness, spirit and truth, you ain't got no business supporting all this wrongdoing. These heathens done more than enough. And Yah has already completed his time with them as far as them being able to be grafted in. And the truth be told, he said they still have to be grafted in through his belief, through his faith. His belief and his faith is spirit and truth. So them thinking they're going to get in because they go to church, they believe in Yeshua, they believe in Jesus Christ. That's not it. They're going to have to be grafted in through believing who he is for real. Not believing who your people told you he was. Now, what does that say? They won't make it. They won't make it. all the Catholics, all the Christians, all of them won't make it. Because the belief is not your belief, my belief. It's a higher belief that what? Rests where? In spirit and truth, which is what? Righteousness. You can't come in and be grafted in based on you believing Yeshua, Jesus Christ. You got to believe the truth of the matter of who he was. You just can't believe who he was, or he just came and died. I don't know who he was, what he's about, who he's born to, or what nationality. You have to know, believe in what? Spirit and truth of the what? The matter of who he was and who he is. So that leaves what? 100 times 100 heathens and Gentiles out of the fold. Now, you might have one or two. I'm just saying, as that's how low the number is going to be. But they have to come in the right way and believe it, not the wrong way and believe it. Because Yah is not saying just believe what they say and you in there. Or you believe in what is spirit and truth. You see how that spirit and truth still bag them out? It bags you out and them too. I love that. That's why everything is narrow. That's why the remnant is very few. Everything is narrowed down. The Lamb, the book of life, that was before the foundation of the world where your name written. So if you're thinking your name got in there based on your works, based on your YouTube page, based on your Facebook page, and who you are to these people on this ever platform, you got 1 million subscribers. Oh, you in there? No, baby. No. That Lamb book of life was before the foundation of the world. It's not what you make of yourself today. How much you done cropped and you done saved and how you done taught your children and how you, no. What you did is you taught your children and you taught the church and you taught the camps and the academy that believe in you and you own it. So when I hear of all these crimes that's going on and these things that's taking place, you have to go back to my video that I was saying to you. I think it was not the one today, but yesterday where I was talking about it's going to be a great light that's going to shine on the heathens and the Gentiles and how they're going to be taking each other out. You remember where it used to be just showing us all the time on the news? Well, now it's going to flip. They're going to continue to show us, but you're going to see them in great numbers destroyed. I said that the other day. And already, what is it? Today it's on the news. It's already taking place. It's going to boom more and more and more. You're going to see them for really what they've been hiding themselves from. And it's not going to be something that you're going to say anything about. You're just going to be amazed at great numbers of what they're going to do. And they're going to be doing it to one another. That's where we at in that day. So while you thinking, and we also in that day, and this is the problem that I have amongst the tribe of Judah. We always hooping and hollering about what somebody's doing to us. But we refuse to own up. And when you refuse, that means you have no repentance in your heart. You have no righteousness in your heart. You have no spirit and truth resting anywhere in you. You're so eager to put what somebody's doing to your nation, but you fail to realize what your nation done to Ahia. And furthermore, not just to Ahia. When we see our people conducting themselves, and I see the neighbor who is, and how we don't pick up the trash in our neighborhood, don't cut our grass, bust out our windows, have tore up cars in our neighborhood, all this stuff, guess what? It's truly the tribe of Judah. Because that's what we are. And we don't see the ugliness in us. But we're so busy seeing the ugliness in how others treat us. And we don't understand. In Ezekiel 36, Ahia said the way he dispersed us to different countries was based on who and what we were. We polluted the promised land. You see how sick you are? You see how sick you are to believe that somebody over in this country is doing something to you, baby, you was polluting the holy land in which Yah brought you to and divided to each tribe. We was over there polluting it, disrespecting Ahijah in the land in which he had given us. Because I said, Father, you sure going down on that land. You really saying some things to that land as if that land is living. He said, it was, Deborah. It was life. It was anointed. It was appointed until a people came and polluted and disrespect the land. I said, wow. And Deborah, they even shed blood on a holy land, Deborah. They shedded the blood, killing one another on holy land. Now, where y'all at? You want to know your history? Go back to where the true history rests to show how ugly you are. So Sister Deborah is numb to the tribe of Judah. I just say to the Father, I trained mine up in the way you told me they should go. Wherever they go is where you knew they would be. My hands is up. Praise the Most High, Ahijah. Whatever your will is, I gave them what you've given me. So Sister Deborah's not going to hold you long, but I do. I feel so numb. I feel so numb toward the tribe of Judah. And I think because I feel Ahijah, I feel him in the spirit and truth of the matter. How dare you pollute the land in which he gave you and prepared for you? He left your ancestors in the promised land, but he brought you and gave it to you, the richest land on the face of the earth. And it was holy. And you went there, and not only did you pollute it, you shed blood, your own people's blood. If you all could really see the ugliness of your people, you would stop trying to protect them in this day and this time. Because Yah is showing up and he's showing out. He didn't protect them when they was hanging on trees. He didn't protect them coming across the ocean on these ships. They died by great numbers. He didn't protect many a thing about us. Why would he protect us when he divided us according to our ways, our wickedness, our evil, our murderous heart, our hate? And then you wonder why the men are hate today. Baby, they were hating yesterday in the promised land. Women just hid. One thing about women, they have hid their children, their male children and their female children and their men to where people can't see how ugly the tribe of Judah really is. And they are in that tribe. Right now, they should be trying to find spirit and truth of the matter, or who we really are and what we owe back to y'all. Oh, they don't want that. They want your darkness. They want to get on here and say, they did this to us. They doing this to us. They doing this. Wait a minute. Where do you think you at? Where do you think you at? Unless y'all felt you lied. What land are you on? The fallen Babylon. It's already fallen. It hurted me today when I was listening to a man saying this stuff started in 2008, where you saw this United Snakes doing these here. And I'm like saying, Father, is that not the year they took the foreclosure homes from the people? See, I know all the way back in there. See, this stuff started a long time ago. And we as a people been ugly a long time ago. And we still ain't got it right in the year 2022. That leads me to understand that's why you numb, Deborah. Because these are the people ain't going to change. And you numb because you know the end game of Deuteronomy 28 of the curse is that they are destroyed. Once you are destroyed, that's the only deliverance you're going to get. It's once you are destroyed, y'all going to come and clean you up and get you together. But he got to let his word be fulfilled in Deuteronomy 28. And that is until you are destroyed. And you got the ignorant Negro men in the so-called Hebrew Israelite movement. Can't see it for nothing. They got you lying, they telling we this, we that, and then you don't see them doing nothing positive. And you all sitting falling. Y'all need to be telling these men, shutting them down. Y'all need to be speaking spirit and truth into them and shutting them all down, because they all need to be shut down on this YouTube. They all need to be shut down. They need to be reminiscing on who a higher is. They need to be reminiscing on the power of his right hand. They need to be reminiscing. Because where they at today, bam, they gone. They are gone. So sister's numb. She's numb to the fact of the matter is it's over. It's finished. So I, Sister Deborah, have saluted his judgment. I have saluted his curse. I have saluted his chastising. I have saluted his discipline. I have saluted his correction. I salute that day in which we're in. Revelation is walking itself up and down and all around. And I, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness, I salute a highest prophecy. Shalom and shalom.